to give us a bishop, and they consecrated him a bishop. Part of the arrangement of that, though, was that we had to follow the Scottish form of the prayer for Holy Communion, and their form follows the Eastern Orthodox form. The Church of England, most of the Anglican Church, the Church in Canada, Anglican Church in Canada, follow the more Western form, which is to have the epiclesis first, to call the invocation of the Holy Spirit first, and then the Dominical words. The Eastern Church, the Orthodox, the Church in Scotland, and the American Church have the Dominical words first, and then the calling, the invocation of the Holy Spirit. Okay, just to, that's a big fight we'll let guys with long beards and choir room glasses argue about. I'm not going to fight either way. I'm okay with either one. But there are people who, I actually know somebody who left the Episcopal Church because they were convinced that it was backwards. So, God bless him. Anyway, I'm sure he's, whatever. Anyway, we'll keep going. And the intention, of course, is to obey Jesus. Here's the big $5 question. Lloyd, do you want to read number 16, bottom of the page?
Do we really receive Jesus' body? A, yes, this is my body, this is my blood. B, John 6:53-56. C, if God commands it, it must be possible.
Okay. Do we receive Jesus' body and blood? Yes, absolutely. Unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no life in you. For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. Unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no life in you. Okay? Yes, we do. Now, the specifics of it, that can be a bit hazy. How it happens, a bit hazy. But the reality that is what we are called to do, and what Jesus gave us at that Last Supper, this is my body, this is my blood. The reality of those things tell us that we really are eating his flesh and drinking his blood. After class, you may want to look in a Bible, read that chapter 6, because after Jesus strongly says all this, there's a murmuring around the crowds, and they start to say to themselves, this is a hard saying, who can say it? And a lot of people, it says there from then on, people didn't follow him. There were people who walked away. What Jesus didn't do is say, now wait a second, you misunderstood me. It's just remembrance. It's just a symbol. It's just, it stands for something, okay? Jesus, he says that some people are going to walk away because it's going to be too hard, okay? But this is the reality he's revealed to us. I'll jump ahead to 17. How does we know he's in the Holy Communion? We don't know. It's by faith, okay? And I've told this story before. I got in trouble in seminary. I don't know if Father Rachel I told you this, but we had a seminary liturgy professor, and he taught sacramental theology, one of the semesters I was there, named Ralph McMichael. And one day we were setting up for an outdoor service in the Garth, and we had a portable altar. It was a big, heavy thing with a stone, an altar stone. A traditional altar, even if it's wood, would have a stone in which to celebrate on. And so the stone came out so that it would break, and it made the altar easier to move. So the altar was in place, and I was putting the stone as a sacristan. I was putting the stone in place. One of the little kids was watching us do it, a child of a seminarian, and I didn't know Father McMichael was standing behind me. And as I was putting the stone in, the child said, "What's that?" And I said, "This is the trap door. It's how Jesus gets into the bread." Yes, so anyway. Anyway, we don't know. The Roman Church, transubstantiation, they have a well-defined doctrine. The Lutheran Church calls it consubstantiation. Anglican, it's just the real presence. Christ said it, so we believe it. So, let's see.
Somewhere there's a little kid who still believes in it.
No, I apologize profusely, and I went to his mom and dad, and I did a penance, and I carried a big rock up to the cross on the hill or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Does a Christian need to receive it? Yes, and regularly. Do not starve your spiritual body. Give us this day our daily bread.
Okay, it gives a whole other meaning to give us this day our daily bread. You should receive communion, and you should receive it regularly. On the back of your page, I gave you a little thing I got, who knows where from. I should find out so that I don't get accused of stealing it. But anyway, it gives you a list of the Eastern Orthodox, Roman Catholic, Anglican, Lutheran, Presbyterian, Methodist, Disciples of Christ, and Baptist, and gives you various questions about the sacraments, such as how many are there, do you stress sacrament as Eucharist as sacrament, the Church's offering of himself to us, etc. So you can have a little comparison of who believes what and how they do it. Okay? Next week we'll talk about the minor sacraments, and so that'll be chapter 5. Now go to church.